Hey guys, Ben here, and today we have a new video which is going to be me ranking every single Fortnite location. Now, this was a very difficult video to make because I really didn't know where to start with it or anything, because it's tough to rank the locations against each other. There's really no place to start. I went, loot was the most important, then the amount of action you'll see, and then the location was a smaller bonus. And there will be a new video tomorrow coming out, which will be the ranking of the Zombies Chronicles maps. There will be a live stream with JQ on Monday, and then either a new video Tuesday or Wednesday. So definitely excited for that. And this video is going to be a bit of a different format. Instead of a montage of all the gameplay clips like I would do with the maps, where it would be different maps, it's going to be one gameplay, and I'm not going to split my commentary up. It's going to be one commentary all the way through. So if I make a mistake, please forgive me. I'm just trying to become a better creator, and I think that this is a big step in that. So if you want to leave a like and subscribe, this list was extremely difficult to make, but it would be most appreciated. So if you want to do that, that'd be awesome. And I want to thank Geo Cinta for shouting this video out and recommending it down in the comment section. That was super awesome. Love commented videos that are recommended. Love them. If you guys want to comment yours down below, that'd be awesome, and I'll definitely get to making them. But anyways, let's get into this. So coming in at our number 20 spot is actually going to be SHAREfactory. Now, this place, it has decent loot if you're landing solo. If you're landing with the duos, it's not horrible, but if you're landing with the squads, you really don't have enough, especially not if somebody else goes there. And the location and the amount of action you're going to get, they're both horrible. Alright, the location is tucked away all the way in the bottom corner of the map, like nothing else is even near it. And the action you see, you very rarely ever see anybody there. And so it gets our number 20 spot. I think it's deserving. So coming in at number 19 is going to be Haunted Hills. Now, the loot here is okay. It's not amazing. It actually has more chests than I thought it did. And really, there's not that many, like, spawns just on the ground. But really, it doesn't have great location, and it doesn't have great action either. Very rarely you'll ever see anybody coming here, because it's kind of also in the back corner of the map. It does have Junction right next to it, which definitely helps it out, but it still is tucked away kind of in a corner, and the loot isn't good enough to kind of drag you there, so it gets our number 19 spot. So coming in at number 18 is going to be Wailing Woods. Now, this probably has the worst loot out of any other place, because really the only place is the maze, and then there's like 3 or 4 chests scattered around the actual woods. And the location isn't horrible. It's not a good location. It's still in the back corner, but you have Riskies right near you, Lonely's right near you, and Tomatoes right near you. You could go to any of those 3 locations, and it's actually pretty good there. It doesn't have good action either. I mean, very rarely you'll ever see anybody else go into Wailing. So it gets our number 18 spot. So coming in at number 17 is going to be Risky Reels. Now, this loot is okay at best. Really, I thought it was better. It just doesn't have that many chests, and really not that many loot spawns either. It has a bad location, but it has some okay action. You tend to see other people there sometimes, no doubt. So that's cool. And then the number 16 spot is gonna be Junction. Now, this one has okay loot, bad location, and just pretty bad action too. You really don't see anybody there. The only reason it's above Risky is because the loot there, I think, really, it has more chests than Risky. Shockingly, I didn't think it would. And it actually has a lot of spawn locations for guns and meds and stuff like that. So it gets our number 16 spot, and quite deservingly too. Number 15 is going to be Snobby Shores. Now, I know a lot of people like Snobby. I was never a fan. I think it's a good location. I just don't think it's like the best, especially when you can land at like so many other locations. It has very good loot. Not as many chests as I was expecting it to have, but it has so many spawns. So the loot's really good. The location's iffy because you're really not near anything. thinking about it. Greasy is a little bit of a hike. The Cougar Dome's a little bit of a hike, or soccer field, whatever you want to call it. I call it the Cougar Dome, so if you ever hear me referring to something as the Cougar Dome, it's that soccer field over there. Haunted's quite a way up north, and the Viking Village is, you gotta run up to it, obviously. But, it has some pretty good action, too. This is not a bad location. These top 15 spots, they're all pretty good locations. All those last spots we just mentioned, they were not great, like, really just not even good. But this is a good location. If you want to land Snobby, you'll definitely be looted up and ready to go. Okay, so coming in at a number 14 spot is going to be Lonely Lodge. Now, the loot here is not as good as I thought it would be. I land Lonely Lodge a lot when I play solos, because I think it's a very, very good location. And I thought I had better loot. But really, when I looked at the statistics, it only has like 12 to 14 chests per game, which is actually much, much lower on the scale compared to every other location. Now, the location that it's in is actually pretty good, and I know it's on the side of the map, so you might be like, why? But you have crates is right near you, retail's right near you, the mansion, the Gust Track, and Wailing Woods are all right in your immediate area, so you have a bunch of different places to go. And it has some pretty good action too. Normally about 2 to 4 people will land there with you, which I think is the best amount of action, because there's not too much like a Tilted Towers where you're just getting clobbered every single time, but it's a good amount of action. You'll still see some action, and it's pretty cool. So coming in at our number 13 spot is going to be Lucky Landing. Now, the loot here is good. I think the loot here is very, very good. But really, the thing that held it back was its horrible location. I mean, it's horrible. Like, it's like a Flush Factory. It's just tucked away in the back corner. It's just a bit better than Flush Factory location, though, because it does have Fatal Fields right near it, which is good, I guess. It's a bit of a hike, but it's not that bad. It's closer than anything Flush has to it. And the action there is not bad. I'd say normally you'll see about one other person go into Lucky, which is okay. You get the one kill, or you get killed. But normally you want a bit more action right off the bat. Okay, so in at our number 12 spot is going to be Lazy Links. Now, I personally thought Lazy would be a top 10 map, but making this list as objective as possible, it actually does come in at number 12. The loot here is good. It's not a bad loot location, and it has a good to iffy location. It's right next to Loot Lake, but other than that, Tomato Temple's a little bit of a run, and normally nobody really goes from Lazy to Tomato Temple anyways, but it has great action, and that's really why it's not further back on this list. Normally about 2 to 4 people will come here with you, and it's rather spread out, so like you still have time to loot and everything. So that's the good part. You like have time to loot, you have time to do what you need to do. And I think that's really, really important, because you'll still be able to fight afterwards, and I think that's awesome. Okay, so in at our number 11 spot, just missing the top 10, it's going to be Paradise Palms. Now, this place has some great loot. I'm not going to lie. This loot's pretty amazing. And really the reason that it's held back so hard is because of the location. It's kind of out in the middle of that desert, but it's not close enough to anything else. It's not close enough to the Gust Track, where if you don't have a golf cart, it's not worth going there if Circle doesn't lead you there. It's not really close to Fatal either. And that entire like south part of the desert's a little bit of a hike. Normally you end up going to the bridge, and then you just kind of run for a little while until you get to Salty, which is quite a hike. So it's really not great location, and it has decent action. What I mean by that is normally you get like 5 to 6 other people, which to me isn't ideal, because that's when you're getting into that danger zone where possibly you could just be fighting right once you finish, you're trying to med up and you're already getting shot at again. Like, I don't find that fun personally. I don't know if you guys do. I don't. I think that it's annoying because like you're trying to med up after you just killed somebody. But really, the best part about it is the fact that it has 22 chests. And that's actually the second most on this landing locations list, which is really, really good. So coming in at our number 10 spot is going to be Fatal Fields. Now, every single location got a ranking on their loot, location, and action, and this one just got good. Like, it's just basically good at everything. Like, there's nothing that it does that's just bad. You know, it's like, it has good location, right near Salty. It has good loot, no doubt, with the house, the long barn, the silos in the back, the big barn, as the forests, and then it has some pretty good action too. Normally about 1 to 4 people, which isn't as good as 2 to 4, because sometimes you'll land there and there's just nobody else there. But sometimes you'll land there and there's like 7 people. It's very erratic, but it's a good landing location, no doubt. You'll definitely be looted up, and you'll probably be getting quick action there. So it comes in at our number 10 spot. So actually coming in at our number 9 spot is going to be Greasy Grove. Now this actually tied with Fatal Fields in the amount of points that it got based on the point system. That's how I ranked all of these. It actually tied with Fatal Fields, but the reason I gave it to Greasy was the fact that its location is worse than Fatal's, but its loot is a bit better. So that's the reason that I gave it to Greasy, because loot is obviously more important in this list than location is. So it got our number 9 spot. It's really a good landing location. Kind of died off with the addition of all these new landing locations, but still definitely a good location to land at. And yeah, it's deserving of a top 10 spot, so I think number 9 is good. So coming in at our number 8 spot is actually going to be Shifty Shafts. Now this place has good loot, a good location too. I used to always run the strat where I would land at Shifty, loot up real quick, run into Tilted. That's a fun strategy, and it has great action. Really, I mean, I think like every single game you have about 2 to 3 people coming, which is really, really good. It's kind of a smaller area though, which makes the action that you actually end up getting not that great. And the whole mines, it's a really cool aspect, and running around and it's awesome. But I don't think it's the greatest for actual gameplay, but it definitely has the right amount of people, and if you're on top, it's not that bad. So it has good loot, good location, great action, so it's definitely deserving of the number 8 spot. Alright, so coming in at our number 7 spot is going to be Retail Row. Now, this place has great loot. I think the 3rd highest amount of chests is 19. And that's actually very, very good. I know it doesn't seem like that many, but it actually is a lot. 19 chests. That's a lot of chests. Number 3 in terms of the total highest. It has good location and definitely good action. Normally you'll end up with about 6 to 7 people landing here. There's a lot of people that come here. But it's spaced out to the point where you can actually like kill somebody and still most likely have time to med up. And that's really important to me because I hate just getting killed right after I med up, or as I'm trying to med up, because it's just annoying. Like, you killed somebody and you're just trying to med up before you get ready, and then you just get killed because you're defenseless. That's not my favorite part of it. Of course, you should probably stop medding because you'll be able to hear them, but that's annoying too. But yeah, this place has a small problem with that. But other than that, it's spaced out enough where that's not really a huge issue, and I really, really like that about this place. Alright, so coming in at our number 6 spot, this one shocked me, believe it or not. Tomato Temple. Now, I just didn't think it was that good because I was thinking of it like it was Tomato Town. But it changed very recently before I made this, before I made this list. And it became Tomato Temple. Now, I hadn't really landed there, so I didn't think there would be that many chests. But there are actually a lot of chests, and it's really good loot. It has a good location as well, and definitely great action. About 2 to 4 people every single game. Now, of course, it's been more, so I'm not sure if that's going to level out. It's been like 5 to 6 people, so I think that'll fall back down to 2 to 4, just because it's a new location, and I think that'll die down a bit to about 2 to 3 people a game, which is really, really good. So it gets our number 6 spot. So now, starting off our top 5, these are the top 5 best landing locations. I think really if you land at any of these locations, you're set up pretty well. So coming in at number 5 is going to be Salty Springs. Now, personally, I thought this map would come in at number 1. It just seems to have everything. It has good loot, a perfect location. I think this, Dusty, and Loot Lake all have about the best location you could possibly get. And it has really good action. Sometimes it's a bit overcrowded, but it really, really works. Because there's all these different houses. You got it a little bit spread out, and normally you got a lot of other people, so the action is good, not great. The loot's very, very good, and the location's perfect yet again. So it gets our number 5 spot. Alright, so coming in at number 4, this was another map I thought would be top 3, or location that I thought would be top 3, and this is Pleasant Park. Now, it has a good location, some good loot, and great action. Now, this one, it really seems to die. It just seemed to die off right once Tilted Towers was added. Like, Salty still stayed alive, Retail stayed alive, and Greasy did what it could. But Pleasant just seemed to die off, and it used to be like Tilted, to me at least, because I would never land at Salty, Greasy, or Retail. I would land at Pleasant, and it was like the old Tilted, and it kind of died off. Now you got about 2 to 4 other people, and really it's spread out. It's a great gameplay, just going there and just having like fun, just playing. It's just so good, just landing there. It's a lot of fun, so definitely deserves that number 4 spot. Alright, so coming in at our number 3 spot, it's going to be Dusty Divot. This was shocking to me. I did not think Dusty Divot would be up here at all. I was expecting it to be like an 8 or 9 at the highest, but it gets our number 3 spot. And looking at it, it definitely deserves it. It has a perfect location, just like Salty and Loot, and it has good action, really, thinking about it. About 1 to 4 to 5 people are going to land there every game. That's right in the area that you really want. It's pretty big. The trees are, of course, a drawback, which is annoying, and the loot there is pretty good, too. I think about 12 to 15 chests per game, which isn't bad, especially once you throw in the new diner that's there. I think that's going to make it even more. I think when I got the stats for this video, the diner hadn't been added yet, so that's definitely good, and it's definitely deserving of the number 3 spot, despite the fact that I didn't think so. Alright, so coming in at our number 2 spot is going to be Loot Lake. Now this one, I don't know how this one got our number 2 spot. Really, I don't know. But looking back at it again, like I would have put it not even top 10, but looking at it, it deserves it. It has perfect location, great action. You'll get about 2 to 4 people. Now, really the thing that I didn't like about it was all spread out. But still, you land Campfire, you could still go to the middle island, that little rock, or the kind of side island. You could go a bunch of different places. The loot's not that far apart here. And really, I thought it was farther apart, but like landing here, you see it's not that far. It's a great location to land. The water's a little bit annoying sometimes, but it's actually a very, very good place to land. Definitely deserving of the number 2 spot, even though it shocked me, and I didn't really know how it got our number 2 spot, but definitely deserved it. And of course trying to make this list as objective as possible. If it was subjective, I think Lonely Lodge would probably be the number 1 spot, but it definitely didn't deserve that. But anyway, hopping into our real number 1 spot is Tilted Towers. Now, I tried to avoid this. I really, really did. I did not want Tilted to be the number 1 spot, because everybody's like, oh, of course Tilted's going to be number 1. I tried to make it not number 1, but really there's no way around it, and there's one glaring thing that makes it. Of course it has good location, which is awesome, and the loot amazing, but the thing that shocked me the most was the 35 chests that you can find here. 35. That's 13 higher than any other location. That is absolutely insane. 35 chests. I did not think it would be that high at all. So on this list, I gave each location a point for every single chest, and the chests alone here would have put it, I think, at the number 4 spot, which is just insane. That's how many chests it has. The loot here is amazing. It got 0 points for action because I think it just has too many people. It's just kind of annoying. But really, really an amazing location. Definitely deserving of the number 1 spot, even though I didn't want to give it to it. But it definitely deserves it, making this list as objective as possible. This is definitely the best map or location to land. I mean, you just so looted up. So I just want to thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Comment any videos you want to see down below. That'd be super awesome. And I'll see you in the next one.